Well,
Hello, everybody.
look
It's
who it is.
Yes, it is us.
It is your best friends. Tonight's Vane and Coleman.
Don't ever do that again.
But I want to.
You have to go stand in the corner of shame.
I'm not standing in any corners.
Yeah. Anyway.
All of a sudden, my face went really warm, so I'm just like, oh, today it's been a really weird season. It's just been a
Oh
weird
my
season.
gosh, the season around here has been like really strange. We get really cold mornings, which
And then it's
drives a brake sensor crazy on my car, and then
all
it
of a sudden,
warms up, and now all of a sudden, like we're in the middle of like late spring, early summer.
Yeah, it's bad.
What is wrong with
bad.
you, fall?
What's wrong with this fall? That's the big question.
Have you
Anyway.
seen the woolly worms recently?
No, actually.
They're like black and then red with a little bit of black at the end.
So he's a friend of Jack. Red touches black. He gets it.
I'm not gonna say a word about that.
I
Anyway,
thought it was funny.
this is our face review. I'm not gonna.
Yes.
I'm never gonna do the quotation marks thing again.
This is a face reveal. So-called.
Don't do the
quote-
quotation marks.
It's air quotes. You're fired!
You need the blonde wig and the suit yet.
Oh, well, me.
Hey, politics. Anyway.
So, this is us, the almost experts.
Yes, you
Like I said-
finally get to see us after like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
You finally get to see our ugly mugs, whatever. I don't know.
You
Faces.
Listen, speak for yourself.
Me.
This face is unachievable by anyone. Well, okay, so that's a lie. I've been told that there are like 15 other people that look like me. So there's 15 other beautiful faces out there. I'm just saying. Okay, so you know what?
I'm not going to say a word about that.
So,
Anyway,
have-
we first off, we want to give you guys a little thing here. We are starting to do we're going to start doing video podcasts instead of just regular audio. We're still going to release audio, so you can just have audio podcasts. So you don't have to have this during work and whenever else you listen to us. But anyway, we're going to be doing video podcasts. We've been wanting to do video stuff on YouTube. I don't know if this will be uploaded on YouTube or not yet. That's still debatable because my internet sucks. But we're going to be doing web stuff, webcam, video camera, whatever for... I don't know how often we're going to be doing this. I mean, it
could be once in a while. It could be once in a while.
It could be, once a month. It could be our new thing we do from now on.
Will you decide?
We don't know. But the background you see for right now is just temporary. Some big news for us.
We have a new space that we're going to be working on.
We are going to be working on, and hopefully in the next couple of months, by January of 2017, we're hopefully to have a whole new space, which is going to be almost double the amount of space we have now. And it's going to be really cool. We have some really cool ideas we want to do because we're kind of building this ourselves.
Yeah. All that you see here was kind of like a custom project already. So now we're going to be doing another custom project to move into a better room.
Yeah.
And to have a lot more
space. It's going to be all the way down to we can pick whatever color we want of the walls and just, it's going to be posters and pictures and stuff everywhere in there, and just we're really excited and looking forward to doing this project.
The one thing we do not want to do though is like get a guy named Tom. I think it's Tom. Like we're not going to get a guy named Tom to paint it white. He'll just put it off on other people.
Yeah. Whatever.
Listen.
That's just a little bit of update from us. Is that
it's Huckleberry. It was Huckleberry.
No, Tom got him to paint that for him.
Oh yeah. Okay. I keep forgetting that.
We're talking Adventures of Tom and Huckleberry Finn.
Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry
Tom
Finn.
Sawyer. Adventures of Tom Sawyer and
Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry Finn.
That was actually a really weird movie. They made it into like a weird live action film. Ooh.
Have you watched the play about Tom?
Yes.
Or no, Huckleberry Finn.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was like down the
Big River.
Big River, yeah.
That's what it
I
was.
saw it. That was good.
That's actually a fantastic
Good stuff.
play.
Good stuff.
One of the best parts is actually the eulogy speech, and we will let you guys. You just gotta. It's horrible, but it's really funny at the same time. Anyway, that's just a little update from us. Is that we're working on a new space. The project's gonna be getting started here in like the next week or two. So that's really big news for us. So. Tonight, yes, it's night. We're going to be talking about the new Skyrim. Well, not new Skyrim. The remastered.
Re-released.
They re-released it for
Special Edition. That's what it's called.
Special Edition for Xbox One and PS4. We're going to be talking a little bit about that because they implemented mods in natively now as compared to it was only... Basically, you can only get mods on PC unless, I don't know, you got to do some weird stuff for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, it was like you had to transfer files through like a USB drive or something.
It was some crazy stuff.
Kind of complicated.
But they're going to be doing that now, and then we also want to talk a little bit about the new Nintendo console that...
It's like the Wii U remastered how it should have been in the first place.
It was like the Wii U was just almost like a prototype.
Yeah, like it was strange.
It was just still in concept, and they released the Wii U, and it's like, I don't know, was that just a holdover until they got this functional? Because there's a lot of moving parts with this thing.
What was it called again?
The Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, okay.
The project name was Nintendo NX. It was like the
oh yeah.
The whole name that they had for it was like Nintendo NX. Like that's just a project name, and now they
some of the concept art for it was weird. Like some of the like fan made concept art.
Yeah, now it's the Nintendo Switch, and to me it looks really cool. But we're gonna touch on that later. We want to talk mainly about everybody. It's all talking about now is Skyrim.
Everybody's favorite RPG that ever graced this planet in 11/11/11.
Oh yeah,
11.
It was just it was a thing like when Skyrim came out. It seemed like it didn't approach people like people got into the RPG thing from Skyrim because it made RPGs more accessible for people who weren't really interested in them.
Yeah, it seemed like what Skyrim introduced was that it kind of downgraded a lot of the RPG elements into more easy to understand systems. They had a lot of it. In order to get that real RPG feel, you actually kind of have to like dig into it and kind of understand numbers, like look into and find those numbers yourself. But it came down to whenever you leveled up, you were able to choose one of your main stats, magicka, health, or endurance or stamina. In let's say Oblivion, you had to either level up your leveling up endurance as well as your fitness. Like I think upgraded your stamina.
Well,
endurance was health, and then stamina was what was it?
I'm not sure. I when I played Oblivion, I mean, one of the things I mainly went after Oblivion was just one of the DLCs.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it was kind of like the difference between intelligence and wisdom. Wisdom upgraded your magicka. Intelligence upgraded the usefulness of that magicka. So.
But essentially, with Oblivion, wasn't that they limited your upgrading capabilities in that it was limited to how much you use those abilities.
There was a lot of limitations.
Yeah, like the only way you could gain stamina was by running a lot and jumping a lot. And then with combat, it's like one-handed was you had to use a one-hand sword like all the time just to master that. It wasn't that you could kind of level things up evenly with each other.
Here's the thing about that though. You could go jumping around and you would still level up fitness. Like you could still level up. Wait, was it fitness or was it athletics? I think it was athletics.
It might have been athletics
because you just keep on jumping around.
Yeah,
and, like swimming, like you had to do things in order to upgrade them. Like that was the whole big deal.
Like one-handed, two-handed, shield for blocking, and like your armor. It was always dependent on what type of armor you use. Like smithing had to be. When you did smithing, you had to just... It was constantly smithing. That was like... You basically had to pick one specialty and go with it. Otherwise...
Or one at a time.
And one at a time. And that takes a really long time in Oblivion.
Yeah. The thing that... we're not saying that they took that out in Skyrim. It's a lot more it's less in depth. Basically, you just use something and you get better at it, so that you are able to.
It's
spend
more
points on it.
streamlined.
Yeah, it's a lot more user friendly in that you understand what you're leveling. With with Oblivion, you had like you were able to level up like swords and stuff like that, but it was sharp weapon. It was no, it wasn't sharp weapons. But
Was it sharp
there was
blunt?
Yeah, sharp and blunt.
Melee.
Sharp, blunt, and melee, like hand to hand and unarmed.
Yeah, hand to hand and unarmed, and then blocking and. But yeah, there was an unarmed aspect.
There was.
I can't talk.
Which was weird, like that, because like unarmed and you don't see that in Fallout 4 as well as the, Skyrim. In Oblivion, in even in Fallout 3 they had it.
An unarmed aspect, like it was.
Yeah. It was like,
you upgraded your unarmed combat, and it's not like it's not like okay you hit harder. It's it was different aspects that they brought into it.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a big Fallout 3 guy. I kind of got into Fallout with Fallout 4, and Skyrim was kind of one of my big RPGs. I mean, I was a Legend of Zelda player and stuff like that, but
I'm just talking behind your back.
Obviously. Anyway.
See, I finished Fallout 3 twice. I just the main story twice. One with the
I never got crazy into Fallout 3. Fallout 4, I get grief. Fallout 4, I've never even finished the main quest line.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still like...
Well, things can go one of two ways with whatever faction you choose.
Yeah.
Either up in flames or up in flames.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to pick any faction to go with, I would say go with the Minutemen, though. I mean, just...
I actually didn't go with the Minutemen. I went with the Railroad.
The Railroad, yeah. It can actually depend on who your companion is. Can alter your choices a little bit.
Listen, I like the Automatron DLC because I could make my own companion and it wouldn't matter what they said. I'm just like, you're my pack mule.
But best idea, do not make Piper mad because that goes badly because she can't die.
Yeah, this is true.
I just never make one of the companions who's an immortal mad because I know I've done that before and she just started shooting me.
Here's the thing, though.
Bad idea.
You just dismiss her. Like if that happen, if you make her mad,
you have that warning to send her somewhere.
Yeah.
But if you do not pay attention to that warning and click out of that menu, she starts trying to kill you.
She'll probably win.
Yeah. Especially if you've given her a decent gun.
Exactly.
Because she's not the worst shot.
Speaking of decent guns...
We're going to talk about that one?
No.
We're not going to talk about...
We're not talking about it.
The little sister.
Yeah, we're not talking about the little sister.
We're not talking about that.
I was trying to refer to Skyrim, thank you.
It's the armor.
I was talking about mods in general.
Yeah, the armor.
Oh.
The Skyrim armor. The TES 51 or whatever, the Skyrim armor you get in Fallout.
It's like a specialized armor that you can get. It's a Skyrim mod for Fallout 4. Basically, you get a specialized set of T51 armor, which it isn't the best armor in the game, but it looks pretty cool.
It's a lot of the aesthetics.
It's a custom made armor mod. It comes with a steel sword as well as a steel warhammer.
Yeah.
Which both do just massive damage. When you first pick them up, it says 100 for the warhammer and 50 for the steel short sword. But unless you have that upgraded, it's unless you have, I think it was like 5 strength and none in the league.
I'm not even sure how that one all
Okay,
works,
basically it does like 30 and 20 less damage for each. Which, it's okay. They're still good weapons. I actually went up against Swan that...
Swan.
At the Boston Commons.
The Swan Mutant. Yeah, that thing is crazy huge.
Yeah, like, he's like a super mutant behemoth, basically, who is kind of like lumbering around.
And he carries a power fist.
Yeah.
No, that thing, I mean, you upgrade the power fist. That's a crazy powerful melee weapon. I mean, that's like rivaling the super sledge.
Yeah, it actually is. The power fists, you actually weren't able to use power fists in Fallout 3 until you were able to use power armor, and it replaced. I think it replaced the arm on your power suit.
But in Fallout 4, you can use it just as a regular weapon.
Exactly.
And we actually want to talk about another weapon, which is a random quest that I found that Tanias hasn't found yet, and it's to do with the Postman. Now,
the Postman.
He has a theory that the Postman could be a synth. We don't
Listen,
know.
If a synth goes around shooting people for no reason,
The quest is called
There's
Beware the Postman or something like that.
yeah, it's like Beware the Postman with a description.
Yeah, and I found this quest totally by accident, and went to Diamond City, and he was there. So I beat him, and you get this weapon called the Propulso 5000.
Propulsor 5000. It looks like
it looks like a cryolator.
Yeah, except it looks
It's
like
yellow.
it came right out of Borderlands.
Yeah, it looks like a Borderlands machine gun, pretty much, is what it looks like. But
it thing is
really,
nasty, but really
really
nice.
cool. And when you I added a compensator or something on it.
Photon overcompensator.
Yeah, and when you shoot the thing, it's like shooting a cannon. Because it shoots out energy and then it widens out like a shotgun. So it's just like this vortex of power just blowing everything out of its path, essentially.
It's like the meanest leaf blower you'd ever see.
You're blowing over the neighbor's cars. Hey, the dump truck just moved like 6 feet over. Like, what the world happened?
It's like that. It's like
I was messing around in the garage.
There was a glitch in Halo 3. There was a vehicle in one of the maps called a Mammoth, and you were able to drive it around. It was just a giant vehicle. And when you flipped it, the only way you can flip it over is if you had explosives in Forge mode. And when you blew up all the barrels, it had to be like max fusion cores, max explosive barrels, whatever it was. But when you flipped it over and then went back into Spartan form, it had the little message that said, hold this button to flip over. Wait, what?
Because it's like, you're not supposed to be able to blow this thing over.
And it doesn't make any sense because the Mammoth is literally... Wait, was it the Mammoth or the Elephant? I think it was... Whatever it was,
like
it was a giant transport vehicle.
That one free first person shooter, what was it? Heroes and Generals? Soldiers and Generals with the... Have you not seen the videos with that? Where if you use a grenade or a landmine and you shoot it or hit someone with a grenade and it blows up underneath, like says the body's flying in the air.
That's most games.
No, this is like sending them to the moon.
Oh, no.
Because I'm not sure if they fixed that or not, but anyway, it is really funny to watch that.
Oh, it's really funny blowing people up, isn't it?
Well, it sends the body in ragdoll mode and just sends them flying like Patrick Starfish up through the air. Oh, it's great. But anyway, the Skyrim with mods. Mods has been in Skyrim forever. I mean, ever since it came out on PC, they've been modding the game, and there's entire communities built just around modding. I mean, Nexus.
Yeah, it's
Nexus mods.
Whole websites just chock full of mods.
And it's like for Skyrim and Fallout, basically for Bethesda games in general.
Yeah.
But with Skyrim coming out on the next gen consoles, PS4, Xbox One, the mods are really limited because it was just released.
Yesterday. 2 days ago. Friday.
It was just released on the 28th of October. So mods are really limited now. And it will take some time. Obviously, it's going to take some time. I mean, Fallout 4, it took a while for some half-decent mods It took a while for mods to really pick up, and it still is
Well, it took a while for mod support.
Yeah.
That only came about like 2 months ago, didn't it?
It hasn't been very long since that came out. But with that... obviously PC gamers are going to be like, oh, well, we've had mods for a while and blah, 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 but still, it's cool that Bethesda is really pushing the mods thing for consoles anymore because some consoles are rival to people's PCs.
Yeah. Honestly, some people can't even get it. Some people can't really get those gaming PCs, the ones that are monsters with like 236 gigabyte whatever in them, and they have.
Sorry, everybody, if I'm looking away. I'm just keeping track of our time. Time is an issue, but
time is money, and we're running out of it. Our bank, we're almost broke.
I'm not broke.
Well, if money was time, then you'd have a full one. But since time is money, we're almost broke.
Yeah, essentially,
It's
we're
logic.
saying
It's
we're
logic.
going to be running out of time here soon, everybody. But what we want to do,
I think one of the
what
coolest
we
things...
want to, just with Skyrim mods, it's really cool that they did that. But I mean, obviously they worked on this to revamp the graphics, but still,
Except
actually
it was mainly for it was mainly for the consoles.
Yeah.
The re-release, because it's like the special edition enabled mods, it already added mods that were already on the computer. So when they added the special edition re-release, they kind of, how should I put it? They kind of didn't make it as good for PC anyway. So instead of having like the baseline like coding, or baseline vanilla game making it better, they just were like, here's the special edition for free with a few extra stuff.
And it's like, here's a special edition, but if that's going to avoid a lot of mods, that's going to be a problem. And
it becomes a problem because it conflicts with some of the best mods.
It'll conflict with mods in general with Skyrim. And yes, it's great that it came for the PC, for the consoles, but there's actually mods that were already made for PC that are rival or are almost better than console.
Yeah, but some people aren't able to get the some people can play them.
Some people
on the PC.
don't have $1,500, $1,200 to drop on a piece on a high-powered PC that's going to run 150 mods at a time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, you can mod Skyrim so far that it's not like
you would
break the game almost trying to get it back to vanilla without just completely uninstalling everything and reinstalling the entire game.
But that's how you do it.
You can take mods out.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Nexus
that's how you
Mod
do it. You
Manager
just uninstall all of them.
Nexus Mod Manager can help do that.
But see,
that it shuts mods off, but then it just the whole warning thing or whatever.
See,
but anyway,
we're actually lucky because I try to mod Minecraft. Now just Minecraft. And trying to do that is, for me, it's kind of hard to do that because you need to go into the files and kind of set aside you need to set aside like an original copy of the game, and then you need to have another mod folder, and then kind of like add a whole bunch of stuff, and then you have to go into the game and then choose which ones you want. But you know, it's a lot more complicated than just that, at least to me. But creating those mods at the same time is even more so. But we're just kind of given them on console. So so we're getting better end of the deal.
There's still people it's created content created by the user, but
Always.
It has to go through Bethesda. It doesn't have to go through Bethesda approval.
They have
all that
they have
stuff.
a whole set of guidelines. Almost every single one of the mods that you see, they can actually, if anybody feels like they're conflicting with any of the rules that Bethesda set aside, they're more like guidelines anyway. So they. Basically, they have to. There's a whole website dedicated to it, so they're not able to add anything that Bethesda won't allow. Because keep in mind, it's still a Bethesda game, so they have to allow it. One of the biggest things that the reason that it wasn't going to be modded, there was not going to be no modding on the PS4 for Fallout 4 or Skyrim, was because they were kind of having a disagreement, because they're like, well. I don't remember exactly what all went on. I don't remember.
Well, it was essentially dealing with that. Now with the mods being added, mod support being added to the PS4, it was now that Xbox is going to be able to get stuff that is outside of just what's in the game already, because PS4 mods are going to be limited to what's already in the game.
Yeah, but there was like, I don't understand what I'm saying is I don't really fully remember what all went on with Skyrim, Bethesda. They just weren't they did not have common ground.
And they finally reached it, so yay, PS4 people, you get Kind of. That's the thing.
So you get like one of those little party favors.
It's a catch-22. Pretty much.
I catch all the 22s. Got one.
I'm not going to say a word. Anyway, we're running way out of time right now, but we're going to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Switch and what we're seeing with that. I mean, we're rough transition, but we don't care.
It's literally the Wii U, except in a much better...
better graphics, better...
I was going to say in a better idea, because the Wii U pad was basically, you were playing on this anyway,
But you are still stuck at home.
Well, yes, but here's the thing: when you're playing on something like this, you need this to play on the big screen. Well, you're gonna have both screens anyway. What the Nintendo Switch does is that it's a lot like imagine a PlayStation Portable. You're able to just like plug in. You're just able to take it with you.
PS Vita.
That one too. So like instead of having to project that on the screen too, that was the biggest problem with Star Fox. With the Wii U Star Fox game.
Star Fox Zero.
Star Fox Zero. Yeah. Everybody was complaining because it was kind of clunky. You weren't really able to process everything that you were supposed to.
Focus on both screens at the same time.
It was very disorienting. So that's kind of what I think that's what they Switch kind of fixed. That you're able to use both screens if you want to. One is literally just a controller. The other one is a screen. It like takes off you're able to like take off the sides of the controller and then slip that onto a screen, kind of like the Wii U, except then you're able to take it away and it's just on the screen. So I mean.
Yeah, and also the cool thing is that the controllers that slide on the screen can also function as two separate controllers for party play, which is a really cool idea. I like that you automatically get two controllers essentially with the system, because that just if they release Super Smash Brothers and like just seeing that.
What makes you think they're not?
Exactly.
What's it? But if what is this?
What'll be really cool? Like you've seen that picture with all of the different supporters, all the different third party people.
Yeah.
That's like, wow, they got some really big names in there. One of the names that can stick out to you is Bethesda. It's like, okay. After seeing it, like, the trailers and whatever, if they actually port Skyrim over, who knows?
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. But also think about that, though. Playing Skyrim while you're, like, on a trip.
Here's the thing, though. We haven't seen everything about
exactly.
We've seen the controllers.
It could be limited.
It's possible it's going to be on a console again, except this time it's going to be more portable. Like it's not going to be like you can still get Wi-Fi, but it's more of an internal battery.
Or if it's going to be a totally separate thing that then the feed just goes all directly to the tablet. That then you're able to take it with you everywhere without having to be within the same range as the console. That's something that'll be interesting. If they do that, it's going to have to be a pretty powerful little piece to run that.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, if it...
Again,
it could also be all digital. It could also be all digital.
If it's all digital, then maybe that'll work.
Which would be cool, but...
We're going to wait to see. We're basically got our fingers crossed right now that this doesn't turn into another Wii U flop. Toes too.
I was actually crossing those, but I didn't actually try to. Yeah, you made me think about it. Now it's... Stop. Yeah! Now I'm thinking about it.
Anyway, so that about wraps it up for us this evening. I mean, this is a whole new thing for us, so sorry if the video quality is the way it is, but... Anyway,
you gotta do what you gotta do is what you gotta do.
You get to see.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You got to see our faces. So.
Hey, I get to see my face. I mean, it's not a mirror. This isn't a mirror, but I got to see my face.
Anyway, everybody,
part of my soul has been taken. I'm sorry.
What are you, Amish?
That's kind of the joke I was trying to get at, but I didn't want to say anything.
Or is it that your whole soul was taken?
Oh, no. I mean, now there's what? How did we get here? I drove.
Horcrux.
It's possible.
Every time you use a Horcrux, you lose a part of your soul.
This is,
So,
He got me there.
Harry Potter and the Amish.
Oh my goodness.
Harry Potter and the House of the Amish.
You're a barn raiser, Harry.
Hagrid is a minister.
Oh my goodness.
He's a disgraced minister.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, we're being very unkosher right now. Alright.
It's funny, but
it's really funny. You're a barn raiser,
Oh my
Harry.
goodness. You're a barn raiser, Harry. Oh. Well, That took a
Okay,
turn.
then. Wow, we went from Nintendo to Harry Potter and the Order of the Amish.
Oh my goodness, you're making it worse. All right, so before he goes any further, we want to thank you all very much for watching and for listening, if you're just listening and not watching.
Yeah.
But we do have a camera now, and we're going to...
Well, we've had a camera, we just haven't used it.
Don't tell them that. You're
Blah,
ruining
blah,
the
blah,
magic.
blah, blah. Anyway.
This isn't Disneyland. We can't just create more magic. So, with that, we're going to thank you very much for watching.
This is Comad signing out.
This is Nice Vane. And let us know what you think about the camera, if you want it to be a constant thing, or if you want it to be like a monthly thing. So, yeah. That just about does it.
Yep. Bye.